Hi, Caleb with Brownells. I'm here with Fred from Spiritus Systems, and we're here today to talk about MOLLE. So, on the actual MOLLE system itself, if you haven't heard of MOLLE, then you probably have no idea how to attach gear to it. Well, we're going to take you through both of those. So, Fred, what is MOLLE?
Well, I don't remember exactly when the MOLLE came out. I remember when they first introduced it to us. This was back in 2002, I believe. It was supposed to be a solution to allow guys to adjust to the mission. So they would have certain pouches on their equipment, whether it's just an LBE or chest rig or whatever it was, and quickly change their stuff out to a new mission set that they were tasked to do. So it was just a way that was kind of dummy proof of weaving material so that two different things could connect to each other, and it would allow it to sit there relatively stable and not move around on you. Now, I kind of alluded that the quickly thing was kind of silly because it's actually really time consuming, especially if it's just not one pouch, it's multiple things, which is typically what the case is. It takes some time to get it in there, out of there relatively quickly. So I don't see it as a quick solution to change things out. I think it is a solution to realize that, like, maybe that's not the particular piece of equipment that I need, and I need to move it out to something else. Whereas a lot of stuff is permanently sewn in, and you just have to make it work. At least in this case, you can adjust it to how you want it. So it's not necessarily a quick solution, but it is a way to change your gear out without having to buy a completely different system.
Right. So, on the actual attachment itself, so in most cases you just have straps that weave in and out of whatever you're attaching it to. And we have this cummerbund right here that we're going to demonstrate on, just so y'all can see it a little bit better. But it pretty much goes the same way for anything you're attaching it to.
Yep, so I'm sure folks have seen around, even if they don't know what it is, they've seen this kind of thing. This is just a cummerbund, but you can just imagine any material behind here with kind of MOLLE sewn over the top of it. It's the same case. And a lot of pouches originally were just like this. I actually preferred this type of system to attach pouches to. And there's been some changes over the years of folks trying to make it better or easier or whatever. In the end, I just want it to be secured as possible, best secured as possible to the system. And I quite honestly like how simple this is, and it is relatively easy to get on and off with this. So again, like I said, all you're honestly doing is just weaving this thing between itself and the MOLLE that you're trying to get it onto. So that's pretty much it. If you've ever put shoelaces on a shoe, you could probably figure it out. So typically with these, and again, you can actually do this really weird. If you want this pouch to sit up higher, you can actually skip a block on here to move this up, and this will make sense here in a minute. So typically you start from the pouch attaching to whatever system is. You first want to route it through that system, whether it's a cummerbund or a back panel or whatever it is. And so your first actual insert is going to go on to what it is you're attaching the pouch to. So that's the basic first portion of it. You got the start of it, and now on this back portion of it, you can see where these two kind of match up, and so you'd have to go on to this next loop. Since it just looks like it makes sense, it probably does make sense. And so now you can see where these portions that we skip are lining up with the actual cummerbund itself. And then there's the back side of it. And you can see how that's just going to line up with each other. And once you've seen it once, it's pretty easy to understand it for the second time. And so that's all you're doing, is alternating between routing it through the pouch and routing it to whatever it is you're trying to attach the pouch to.
Yep, easy enough. If 18-year-old private savant could figure it out, I'm sure most of you guys are going to be able to figure this out as well.
Well, it's funny you said that, because we messed this up when we first got issued MOLLE. We were just running it through the whole line of things and not weaving it. So it's pretty understandable that folks would, no experience with this would kind of mess it up.
Well, since you have this video now you have absolutely no excuse.
You can see where the time-consuming portion of this comes in. I mean, this isn't going to be a, hey, we got a last-minute call, everyone change your things up. All right, so now we reached the bottom of this pouch. So we've gone back and forth from the system that we're attaching to and the pouch itself. And now you're going to end up at the bottom with your tabs hanging out. Now you have one last loop in here. And so all this is going to do is route back onto itself. And so without putting it in there, the tabs are going to look like this. And then this last hole here is going to secure that tab in there. So now you have this clean looking system down here, and this thing is not going to come off. It's locked in there pretty well. So do that to both sides. And there you go.
Easy enough.
Yep. Well, we think so. We shall see.
We shall see. All right. Well, Fred, I appreciate you giving us the rundown on MOLLE. And if y'all have any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below, and we'll see you in the next one.